I guess a good way to wrap this convo and this show up would be okay. So right now, if we're ranking what we think the album of the year is going to be, I want you to give me what your top 5 choices are going to be based on who's supposed to come out in order. Like who you think about to make the album of the year.
All right, so 1 through 5 based on like projected albums is going to drop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 1 Nas Preem, 2 Clips. I'm gonna leave J. Cole out because we don't know that's coming. I'm gonna go 3 Raekwon, 4 Ghost right underneath him, and 5 I'm gonna say Banks is gonna stay at that. No. Sorry, Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo. Shit, you know what? I'm gonna jump up Freddie to number 3 and then put Ghost Ray at 4 and then Ghost at 5.
I'm gonna go Boldy, because you know he got like 10 more dropping before the end of the month. I'm not fucking around, man. I can't. So I'm gonna go with Nas and Preem, Clips, Freddie, and I can't think of 2 other albums that are even dropping. I guess Ray and Ghost. I don't have faith. Oh, Joey. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna put Joey at 4.
Yes, I forgot about Joey. Joey
The
rapping
5th
at
is
a
a
high
toss
level.
up. It's a toss up pause because like I trust Ray way more with an album that I do Ghost right now. Ghost is scamming motherfuckers for crypto online and shit.
Come on,
Ghost has
dog.
lost
Come
his
on,
voice.
dog. Come on,
You know,
dog.
I gotta keep it fucking. Hey, Ghost, I hope you listening, dog. We real fans, man. Stop it. You're getting scammed, bro. But anyway, I gotta hear Supreme. Yo, Ghost, Susan. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I gotta hear Susan. You know, I gotta listen to the Supreme. Unfortunately, Ghost got to prove me that it's a classic. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, dog. I want to give it to Ghost so bad. Pause, but I can't in good faith. You know what I'm saying right now.
The last album, you know what I'm saying, left a lot to be desired. So
we got to go into details about that. That's a great question. Cool. I would say I got to go Nas and Preem. Queens get the money. I got to start there. I think I got to go with Clips second, straight up and down. And I think that can go either way, honestly. Based on what we're hearing so far from the Clips, I think that can go either way. Number 3, I mean, cool, AG, y'all converted me, man. I may have to go with Freddie. I'm gonna be honest. I think Freddie is going to give us something else special. And if Andrew don't stop texting me about J. Cole, I'm not picking J. Cole. Andrew, like, yo, do it. Just do it. Just say it. Like, he's texting me, yo, Andrewski. I'm not doing it. So,
Andrewski.
I'm not saying J. Cole Andrewski because I don't want to get Coop amplified right now. I want to say Raekwon, fellas. I want to say Raekwon is going to be in there. And I will round it out. I got to keep faith in Ghost. I got to keep.
So we got the same 5 then, Sean. That's what I'm talking about.
I got to keep.
But Joey is a good pick. LP. Joey is a great pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Joey on that one. Y'all slept on 2000. It's a great album. Yo, here's my thing, man.
No, I love that.
I follow the pods, man. I'm a fan. There's 2 artists that 2 of my favorite podcasters talk about, and I don't see their names being mentioned. One we've heard a ton about. By default, Coop got to mention Cole, and Jarv got to mention Stove God. Jarv called Stove God a classic 3 years ago. Preempted classic. What's going on with Stove God? If Stove God is dropping the album, I'll give him number 5. I really feel like when he drops,
he's not dropping. He's not dropping.
Crazy,
but we just talking about what's kind of confirmed to be on the slate, bro. He don't have nothing coming.
Wait, so Cole isn't on the slate? He said last year he got 2 classics ready to roll. Do we really believe that Cole's not going to drop an album?
He could have been talking about the 2 pots he had on the stove. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he might not even been talking about music. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about Cole. Like, he said it last year he had him ready. I can't imagine that the fall off isn't dropping because I would give it to Cole.
It's not, and this is hurting Coop's feelings. So let's see.
The fall off is going to turn into the wake up call. It's taking so long.
He should have dropped it after the podcast and all that promotion and stuff.
Everything.
And I think a lot of that, you know, when you're teasing an album for so long and you're making music continually during that time, the stuff that was originally supposed to be on the like fall off, you got to be disciplined to like probably put that on there at this point because it'll be old and sound dated to you. Like he's probably made joints that was for the album like maybe 5-6 years ago. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like in this weird cycle where he's probably like, you know, he's on his like 6th draft of the album, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Like,
overthinking
and
it.
he's probably his own worst enemy, and it may never come out to like late next year or something because he's probably redrafted. I think it was ready to go before the battle happened, and that battle threw him all the way off. Now he got to rethink his whole approach.
That's crazy. Good. Do you feel like okay? You know, us fans, we criticize Cole. We say you can't talk that shit no more. Do you think he subconsciously feels that way?
Yeah, I think he scrapped the whole album.
There's no way.
I can't talk that bad. I can't talk about killing MCs no more.
There's no way he doesn't feel that shit.
Right. I think he legit scrapped the whole album, word to everything. I think he had a lot of that talk on what was going to be the fall off. I think he scrapped a whole album. It might as well have been in RZA's Flood. That album's gone. Like he started making new joints, and that's what he's working on now.
Yeah. I think last year Coop would have said Cole, 3 Stacks, Glorilla,
Drake.
Glow. Glow.
And LT. I moved LT out of my joint for a disagreement, so I'm not talking to LT right now. But
Malice definitely on LT mixtape.
I put LT like number 10.
Yo, LT's mixtape's dope.
I just want to take my name off the mixtape for real though. Like take my verse off of that. I don't want my verse on there. You know what I mean?
I still want my feature.
I don't want my feature no more, LT.
Shout out to LT though, man. Yo, let's bring it home, fellas.
Cool, you gave yours yet?
No. So I'm surprised at you guys. You have no evidence that DJ Premier and Nas are gonna make the album of the year other than their name.
Well, based on how you was talking about an hour and a half ago, we should have it number one.
I'm saying we should be kicking that shit like it's number one. Like we should, like I'm talking about fan base fervor. No, we should be kicking that shit. But objectively, what I would tell you is that, well, based on track record, guys, you know, because you know this is a current game. I'm actually gonna put Freddie and Alfredo at number one on my list for Alfredo too, because he's actually the last guy of all the guys we've talked about to actually make a classic album with the producer that he's working with. Like Nas and Preem don't have any modern day classics together. Clips and Pharrell don't have any modern day classics together. Freddie and Alchemist do, and so I'm gonna give them the nod about that. About Alfredo, I'm actually gonna tell you Freddie deserves to be number one on this list because also too, Freddie is currently on one of the best album runs of all time. That nobody is talking
absolutely.
about.
Everything Freddie puts out is great, but like in 2025, do you think that Alchemist production is getting a little bit redundant?
Okay, so you just put Nas and Preem at number one though, so I could ask you the same thing about the guy that you just gave number one slot to.
Preem ain't produced the album from end to end in years.
You're right, but the last time, but here's the thing: Alchemist has made classic albums in these years, in this decade. So, like you're talking about it sounding dated. Well, there's the possibility of
not dated in the sense of like outdated. I mean, like everything has been in the same wheelhouse. That's what I'm saying.
I get where you're coming from too.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I get exactly what AG's saying. It's like, oh no, it might be classic. It's gonna be a redundant classic. It's like, oh, there's a possibility of that. But when I'm saying redundant classic, think more Purple Tape 2. You know? It's like, oh no, it might be redundant, but it's gonna be redundant the way that you like. And all I'm saying is that Freddie and Al have proven in this era that they can make a classic. They have proven that they can make a classic album in this era. So I think they deserve the nod over the greatest rapper of all time and arguably the greatest producer of all time, who still, for all the smoke and all the fervor, have never done a full-length project together until now.
Well, I hope Al brings that energy to the Mobb Deep album too.
Right. Well, because Freddie's proven to been able to make near classic or classic without Al.
Alchemist, yes.
I think Freddie's done better albums without Al than Al has done without him since Alfredo.
Okay,
there we go.
How about this? I think Freddie has made better songs on albums that are as good as Alfredo, but none of those albums feel like Alfredo feels. Alfredo feels like a classic rap album. Some of Freddie's classic shit, it just has so many classic songs on it. It's just like, well, this shit
I
great.
give you that, but for me, I like Soul Separately Deluxe more than Alfredo.
Yeah, see, no, that's what I'm saying. So if
Man,
you
you
look
only
at the
live once.
songs, so if you look at the songs, you actually have a valid point, AG, about liking Soul Separately. Because if you just partition it song by song, Soul Separately might have better songs, but it don't come together and feel like Alfredo. Because the feel for me is a big part of the album thing, and so
And Coop,
Alfredo feels different than Bandana and Soul Separately and Pinata to me.
yeah, and then Coop, to your point, going down the same your way of thinking, if what we're going to get is beat breaks and Define My Name, then I even more so agree with you. While I like those songs, beat breaks actually play way more. It's dope, man. But, there's levels. I also fuck with Define My Name, but I am expecting more from them than
That's
that.
fair.
As far
That's
as a
fair.
body of work, could there be a Define My Name version? I mean, on there, something within that same 2-bar loop kind of feel with a little bit of scratches, because that's a Premiere signature kind of production, cool. But if we're going just based
Those
off of
didn't meet the
that,
bar. Those didn't meet the bar.
no, not
Yeah.
not not for what we're expecting,
So, so, so
or what we
respectfully,
would want.
I tell you, I put Freddie at 1, Clips at 2, Nas and Preem at 3. I will tell you, I'll put J. Cole at 4 still, even though it's probably never going to happen. I don't think, like, it's so funny to me. I don't think anybody ever stepping out of a battle has ruined their career the way that it is currently ruining his career.
Cole?
Yeah. Cole, yeah.
You don't got Iceman at number 5, Coop?
Iceman.
Not quite.
Iceman.
Now, here's where I struggle with my number 5 pick. Here's the thing about it. Do I think that Ray is in better shape on the mic right now than Ghost? Yes, I do. But this is what I mean. You said what? It's an album rollout. It's Supreme Clientele 2. So this is what I have to say. If Ghost is everything that we think he is, if he's really Iron Man, if he really Tony Stark's, the Ghost that we heard, we ain't really heard from him since. And I think we're about to hear a different Ghost. And so give me Ghost at Supreme
I pray
Clientele.
so.
Because
I hope
Ghost
so.
is just same way I just gave Freddie the nod. Well, I gotta give Ghost the nod over Ray. First of all, everybody knows me. I prefer Ray over Ghost. But Ghost's the better album maker and always has been.
Always been.
What did I say a couple shows
Since when,
ago?
though?
Niggas need to stop playing with the names. If this is Supreme Clientele 2, the Ghost better not be playing with us.
So I don't think
Like Raekwon's joint was called The Emperor's New Clothes, but now it's the Purple Album. If you calling it the Purple Album, you better not be playing with us.
Okay, so
I don't like the Purple Album title, and I don't like Supreme Clientele 2 and an album titled Purple Album from Ray coming out so soon, but I'm still giving Ghost the nod.
So my question to you guys is: has Ghostface made better albums? Let's go since Purple Tape 2. So in the past 2 decades, has Ghost made better albums than Raekwon? Because I don't think he's made better albums than Raekwon in the past 15
Man, that's common knowledge, bro.
It's not even close. Hell.
No,
that's common knowledge, bro.
Yeah, it's right. No, because Scoop is saying that that Ghost is the better album maker. Yeah, up until like 2006.
I don't care when it happened. He's the better album maker.
Okay, so how about this?
We're talking about now, though. I'm way more confident in a Raekwon album and Raekwon making it now than I am, because we're going based off of what we're hearing, right?
That's not predicated on the album making. I think that's more so on the voice and how he's able to maintain his voice.
So, LP, here's what I'll tell you. Ray has done a better job of making albums than Ghost since the Purple Tape 2, so for the last 15 years. But, and I'm saying this respectfully to both of them, that ain't too much to be writing home about, though. So that's not enough for me. Like, that ain't much to be writing home about. What I do know is that Ghost level without Ray by his side looks like Supreme Clientele and Bulletproof Wallets and Fish Scale. Like, you could take Iron Man out. But Bulletproof got like 5 Ray joints. Take Bulletproof out. Let's look at Pretty Tony, Fish Scale, and Supreme. It's like, well, go to the Ray joints where Ghost ain't on there like that. Show me 3 joints like that. That's why.
And there you go.
Look, we can.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I love Pretty Tony. Look, yo, by all means, outside of the crypto scam, I fuck with goes heavy. He's in another personal top 10 of mine all day. My thing is that going back to Coop's logic, right? The reason why we put Nas and Preem is because we're expecting Nas and Preem, right? And then we're going it based off who's done something recently. Based off who's done something recently, it's Ray. Like, that's not really up for debate based off of Coop's logic.
That's fair. That's fair. No. If you want to apply the logic and slide it across, I do understand what you're saying, and that's very valid. Yeah. But this is what I mean. It is like, and this is what I mean, superhero shit. Well, as much as I haven't been impressed with Ghost albums, Ray's album ain't been that much better. And if you're asking me which one of them can go into the booth for an album and put their cape back on for an album, yeah, give me Ghost.
Ghost has shown that he can do it more than Ray can. More consistency. Even
I would say
Young albums.
I would submit that it's not even the consistency, Sean, because LP is right. The consistency or the inconsistency the last 15 years has actually been comparable, but Ray's highs are not as high as Ghost's highs on a solo album mission.
Not at all. Not at all. Even if you go to 12 Reasons to Die albums. With
man, that's slept on.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
How about this?
Oh,
like,
yeah, and that 12 Reasons to Die kind of
like how about this?
Pokes a hole in your argument.
How about this?
Yeah, I can hear that. But then at the same time, if we go back, Ghost's last album, was he not trying then?
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about that.
No.
Was Ghost not trying?
There's a lot of smoke on both sides. But about those 5 top albums, give me Ghost. That's what I'm saying. About those 5.
Oh yeah.
Give me Ghost.
But here's the thing: we're arguing,
and then Ghost got everything else.
How about this? We know this for a fact. Ghost has 5 great albums.
But here's the thing, though.
Ray had 5 great albums.
Ghost got the count. That's common knowledge. But I think we're arguing for nothing because I don't think it's no way that they both are working on albums at the same time and the other is not heavily involved with their partner's album. So I think you'll get a heavy dose of Raekwon on Supreme Clientele 2 and a heavy dose of Ghostface on the Purple album. So it's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, a wash in that regard. So we're arguing for nothing because I think both albums will be top tier with their involvement on each other's respective albums.
I'm interested to hear who's doing the production for both albums.
That's what I'm holding out on.
I'm hoping it's math. I'm hoping there's a lot of math on both.
I'll be good with math doing it. I want to see some RZA over production as well.
I want to hear different shit. I want to hear like some Mad Lib or some shit.
I'm not mad at Mad Lib.
Give me Adrian Young.
Well, you know, RZA wasn't on Supreme Clientele like that either. How many songs did RZA produce on that? Like 2?
Which one? What?
On Supreme Clientele.
But the key was he executive produced it. That's all the difference in the world.
He mixed it down and engineered it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to personally.
He has like, I think he got like 4 beats on there. If I'm not mistaken.
The way that Pharrell is kind of doing his thing, and then I think that it's very much about Pharrell showing himself to to the Clips album. I would love for RZA to tap into something for them too. That would be the ultimate.
Ideal. All 3 of them in the studio at the same time, and RZA say this song is for Ray's album. This song is for Ghost's album, because that would take us back to 95, 96 era when he was doing that anyway. That would be ideal.
And the RZA Drink Champs interview, dope as fuck. One of the best.
Fellas, 3 hours and 40 minutes in. We got to tap out. It's 3 hours and 40 minutes. It's midnight.
Yo, man, this was good.
9 o'clock, we're out, Matt. Just saying.
Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out.
Sunny California.
Shout out to everybody, straight up and down. Shout out to my Queen's brethren, Belt, man. We talk a lot, joke around a lot and everything. Real good brother, man. Thank you for pulling up tonight and kicking it with the fellas. You know, shout out to the entire chat tonight. You guys been live all night. Everybody who showed love, from the super chats to your comments to engaging on the polls. We hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. We really wanted to get into a bag. It's always a passionate conversation. We're talking about the greatest MC of all time and everything that we do here. So we appreciate you all engaging with us. We appreciate you again for hopping on. We got some more work to do. But definitely shout out to all of you out there. Like, share, subscribe, and engage with us on the channel throughout the week. And we'll continue to try to put together some solid shows for you all. Yo. Anybody else got anything? Like, share, subscribe.
I mean, shit, appreciate it, y'all. Everybody in the chat, I've been a super fan, following along. Like in the real world, I don't get to talk about none of this shit. I'll be honest with y'all. So when you see me in these spaces, it's because it's the only spaces where I could talk about this shit. I mean, especially I'm in the Bay, dog. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They already E4, you know what I mean? So it's kind of
That's
hard, you know
crazy
what I mean?
because in West Virginia we get to talk about that in the real world. That's crazy. You in the Bay and don't
Shit,
get to talk
nah,
about it.
man, yo,
We
where
out of
I'm
here,
at,
man.
this ain't
We
the
out of
hip
here,
hop
man.
conversation.
In
Hey,
West Virginia.
appreciate y'all, man.
Yo,
Thank you.
Peace and love.
double, send $5 more because that one you sent before, it didn't go through. YouTube flagged it. So send it 3 more times, and I'll let you know if one of them get through. Yo, peace, y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Yo, peace. Appreciate you.
Yeah, love is love.